Hi, I'm Steve, and this is Beautiful Trainwreck. There's something fascinating about the show Vampire Diaries, and it's not found in its writing, its casting, or its overarching themes. It's the way that Vampire Diaries is filmed that makes it nearly unwatchable. And that's because the show goes against even the most basic rules of cinematography in order to retain their audience's collective attention. Let's start with this scene, where we have two characters that are going to be interacting with the third. It should be easily filmed. Instead, Vampire Diaries presents us with this. Full disclosure, all of these jarring cuts are not manipulated from my end. This is exactly how it was presented on air. Lines are spliced mid-breath and cuts occur seemingly at random. The presiding mantra is in the editing bay. Don't linger, cut sooner, keep it moving, have turned this simple exchange between three principal characters into a completely frenetic and needlessly fast-paced montage. And even worse, the desire to have all of these disparate angles working for us at the same time means that we've had to include a continuity error. Take note of the space between the two women here. It's large enough to fit another person in between, and it's preserved in the reverse shot, but once we snap back to the Type 2 shot, inches apart. If it was too quick to catch, don't worry, the editor missed it too. But to be fair, they likely didn't have multiple takes to work with, as it looks like most of the day was spent filming these alternate angles. The scene that follows immediately after has its own set of problems, and it's not just limited to the two establishing shots here and here. Once again, we have two characters that are speaking face to face, and we're already starting to run the framing gamut. It almost looks like we're going to run into the same darting game of pinball from before. But then something special happens. One of the characters steps in front of a mirror, and we essentially split the frame in half. This is perfect. It allows the scene to breathe, giving both actors— oh, and it's gone. Oh, perfect, it's back. Okay, well, okay. Here's why this scene is so disappointing. It's completely missed potential. We've already established that this mirror is significant to the set, and we've had this actor step across the frame to place her in an ideal position on his reverse, just so we can accomplish this shot here. Remember, the set isn't just a static background, it's meant to be interacted with. So if you can set up a shot that takes advantage of that, or enhances the shot in this case, you should absolutely take it. This doesn't just give some artistic pause either. The scene still has fluidity in play. You can have this actor speak, and then this one responds, and then she retorts. Your eyes still move to each speaker as they deliver their lines. But before we can get there, we've already cut. And Vampire Diaries is filled with frantic editing choices like this. Here's a scene where two characters are sharing a frame, so we shouldn't need to cut, but we do. And then we cut again, and again, and again. And here's the thing, we should be holding on these characters. We can read the nuance in body language, we can see them react and play off each other in real time. But instead we cut sooner, and stop lingering. And here's the problem, there's nowhere else to go, no angle that we haven't seen yet. So we run. The camera is catapulted across the dorm room, and we might as well be next door. Why is this here? Why do we have an establishing shot in the middle of spoken dialogue? Let me illustrate why this doesn't work.
The other side is gone. There's no more Gemini prison worlds, which means that Joe's spirit is probably at peace.
Shoehorning this shot into an otherwise intimate scene only serves to rip your viewer away from the interaction entirely. We're no longer a part of this scene. We're divorced from it. These aren't accidents. These are intentional choices, forced by the desire to keep the audience from turning away. And when you're a slave to that mentality, you'll use all the variations you have, even if they don't work. Take this scene, which commits the cardinal sin of framing and direction. Once again, we have two characters that are speaking with each other. We have a view from the front, a view favoring her, and a view favoring him. And everything's fine, until this happens. Even without knowing why, this angle feels wrong. And that's because it is, as they've just broken the 180-degree rule. Again, these are intentional choices, and it goes deeper than just one editor. Most of this is just lazy filmmaking. Together in a single episode, these disorienting cuts, continuity errors, missed potential, and ignorance of the basic rules of filmmaking make Vampire Diaries a beautiful train wreck.